EastEnders just changed everything for Phil Mitchell, and it's about time. A groundbreaking edition focused on the iconic character's mental health. Phil Mitchell has just undergone a transformation in EastEnders' special episode, which focused on the long-running character's mental health crisis. Of course, his recovery from depression and suicidal ideation has not been an overnight process, with the episode in question showing Phil's gradual journey from angry and reluctant to reflective and receptive. And there lies the transformation. Because as much as Phil has mellowed in recent years, there has always been something holding him back, the toxic Mitchell mantra that men must not show weakness. Throughout this storyline and, indeed, in all the years we've known him, Phil has never allowed himself to feel too much, the result of growing up with a father like violent bully Eric. Now, in a beautifully penned script by Pete Lawson, Phil has finally shed that image, and it's a welcome change. First, though, EastEnders took us back in time to Phil's first day at the mental health unit, where he reverted to his go-to response when everything becomes too much, mouthing off and smashing up his surroundings. Unwilling to be lumped together with people he branded fruit and nut jobs, Phil's brutal assessment of those around him summed up his learned, narrow-minded attitude, while his fragile state of mind was depicted through his refusal to shower or speak more than necessary. The turning point came when he unwittingly aided fellow patient Gaz's suicide attempt, raising the alarm and finding, with the help of care worker Yasmin, that Gaz's carefree demeanor was as much an act as Phil's defiant facade had been. Being among the likes of Gaz offered Phil a mirror view of what had happened to him, and Phil's subsequent decision to talk about the trauma of his past unlocked something in him. As the weeks went by, he was opening up fully, proving wrong his belief that he just needed a prescription of the strong stuff. It takes more than medication alone to heal. And renowned Hardman Phil's experience shone a light on the sad stigma of shame that has been attached to male mental health. Helmed by a deeply moving performance from Steve McFadden and with strong supporting work from Gaz star Keith Allen and Natasha Patel as Yasmin, Phil's story deserves to be the catalyst for change. In a group session, Phil was asked what he would do if he was carrying a car part that was physically too heavy for him. "I'd put it down," Phil replied, finally understanding that he could let go of the mental load he'd been carrying all his life. This insightful metaphor, tailored to Phil's vocation as a mechanic, was particularly effective, delivering a vital message in the most Phil way possible. He had been under the impression that his family would not be able to look up to him after he tried to take his own life. But if even Phil Mitchell can talk through his feelings and acknowledge, as he did to pal Nigel Bates, that he might need to ask for support, then so can any man. This new perspective has, hopefully, altered Phil forever. Now, let's not get carried away. Here, we're not suggesting that Phil's epiphany will give way to a complete personality transplant. Phil is very much still Phil, and we're expecting an eventual return to his roots the next time some unsuspecting soul dares to cross him. But crucially, the weight of his turbulent upbringing has been lifted from his shoulders, as he declared at his dad's grave that he wasn't going to hold on to all that pain and resentment anymore. Phil's choice not to be defined by Eric's influence is groundbreaking for EastEnders. The show could have gone on recycling drama from this. Instead, while Phil's history will never be forgotten, it won't be haunting his behavior in the wrong way any longer. This was character-driven storytelling at its finest and most impressive, making a bold statement about speaking up and, as a soap, not being afraid to refresh one of its most famous characters. And for Phil, who spent a lifetime suppressing his emotions, it was about time. With an archive spanning 35 years, the ever-accomplished Steve has outdone himself with a performance for the ages, and a legacy for Phil with the power to make a difference for decades to come.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Spoiler TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại bạn.